The hidden power of forgiveness. No one talks about. Forgiveness is not saying what happened was okay, it's choosing peace over poison. Forgiveness does not mean you erase the past or pretend the pain never happened. It means you stop letting yesterday control today. Every time you replay the hurt, your body relives the moment. Your heart tightens, your breath shortens. But right now, you are choosing something different. You are choosing peace instead of poison, clarity instead of chaos. With every exhale, feel the heaviness leaving you. Let your chest soften. You are not approving the wound. You are releasing its grip on your life. You don't heal by forgetting. You heal by freeing your heart. True healing does not ask you to forget what shaped you. It invites you to stop being imprisoned by it. The memories may stay, but the pain does not have to rule you. As the chains around your heart loosen, feel how space returns inside your chest. You are not broken for remembering, you are brave for releasing. Each time you choose to forgive, you reclaim a part of yourself that was locked away in survival. Freedom does not come from erasing the story, it comes from rewriting how it lives inside you. Resentment keeps you tied to the past. Forgiveness brings you back to life. Resentment is invisible, but its weight is heavy. It ties your energy to moments that no longer exist, keeping you emotionally stuck in chapters that already ended. Notice how it feels to cut that rope. You are not abandoning your story, you are choosing to live beyond it. Each step into the light is a step back into yourself. Forgiveness does not change what happened. It changes where you stand in relation to it. Today, you step out of survival and back into living. Anger is heavy, peace is light. You get to choose what you carry. Anger builds slowly, one memory at a time, one disappointment after another, until you don't even notice how heavy your emotional load has become. But you were never meant to carry this weight forever. Watch as the backpack falls from your shoulders. Feel the shift in your posture, the space in your breath. You do not lose power when you let go. You regain it. Peace does not arrive when life changes. It arrives when you decide to stop carrying what no longer serves your healing. Compassion begins when you stop punishing yourself for what you didn't know. So much of your pain comes from judging your past self with your present wisdom, but you only did what you knew how to do at the time. Compassion grows when you stop shaming the version of you that was trying to survive. As you look into your reflection, allow gentleness to replace criticism. You are not late, you are learning. You are not weak, you are adapting. Forgiveness starts here, not with others, but with the quiet permission to finally be kind to yourself. You are not broken, you are bruised, and bruises heal. Pain has a way of convincing you that something is wrong with you, that you are damaged beyond repair. But bruises are not proof of failure. They are proof that you felt deeply, that you tried, that you cared. Watch as the cracks close gently, without force. Healing is not dramatic, it is patient. It happens when you give yourself space instead of pressure. You are not something that needs fixing. You are something that needs time, tenderness, and the courage to believe that recovery is already unfolding. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is emotional strength. It takes strength to remain open after you have been hurt. Anyone can build walls. Few can soften without collapsing. As the wind calms around you, feel your own steadiness returning. Forgiveness is not surrender. It is leadership within yourself. You choose how long something gets to hurt you. You choose whether your heart closes or expands. Strength is not in holding tight. It is in knowing when to release. Today, you stand rooted in peace, not shaken by memory. Holding anger is like gripping fire and wondering why it burns. Anger feels protective, but it is exhausting. It keeps your nervous system in constant alert, replaying battles that no longer exist. As you open your hand, notice how quickly the heat fades. You are not giving away your power, you are taking your peace back. The fire was never meant to live in your palm. It was only meant to show you where healing was needed. Release does not make you forget. It allows you to finally rest from the weight of holding on. Your heart was never meant to be a battlefield. Your heart is not a war zone. It is a place of connection, of softness, of quiet resilience. When conflict lives inside your body, every breath becomes a struggle. But watch as the storm clears. Feel how the space inside you opens again. You were not designed to fight forever. You were designed to feel alive. Forgiveness is the act of restoring your inner climate. It allows calm to return where chaos once lived and reminds your heart what safety feels like. Peace enters when blame leaves. Blame feels logical. It gives your pain a direction, but it also anchors you to what you cannot change. Notice how light everything becomes when blame is replaced with understanding. The scales shift, not because the story changed, but because your relationship to it did. Peace is not about fairness, it is about freedom. When you stop asking who is responsible, your heart finally has room to breathe. Forgiveness is the quiet decision to no longer carry the weight of needing someone else to be wrong. Grief does not disappear, it transforms when it is met with love. Grief is not an enemy, it is love that no longer has somewhere to go. When you stop resisting it, it softens. As your tear touches the water, watch how it turns into light. Nothing is lost, it only changes form. Healing is not forgetting who or what you lost. It is allowing the pain to evolve into something that nourishes rather than drains you. Forgiveness gives grief a new language, one that speaks in warmth instead of ache. You don't owe the past your future. Your past may explain you, but it does not define what comes next. There is a difference between honoring your story and living inside it forever. As the door closes, feel the release. As the new one opens, feel the invitation. You are not betraying anything by choosing happiness. You are honoring how far you have come. Forgiveness is permission to stop dragging old chapters into rooms that were built for growth, light, and new beginnings. Forgiveness is how you take your power back. Every time you relive the hurt, you give the past authority over your present. But power returns the moment you decide to forgive. Watch the light gather inside your chest. This is your energy coming home. You are no longer reacting, you are choosing. Forgiveness is not about them. It is about you remembering who you are without the wound attached. The more you practice this, the less control old pain has over your thoughts, your body, and your future. The moment you soften, healing begins. Healing does not happen through force, it happens through permission. When you soften your grip on the story, your body responds immediately. Tension releases, breath deepens. The frozen places begin to move again. You do not need to understand everything to heal. You only need to allow yourself to stop bracing for what has already passed. Forgiveness is the thawing of the heart. It turns rigidity into movement and opens pathways that have been closed by fear. Compassion is the bridge between pain and peace. Pain isolates, compassion reconnects. As you step onto the bridge, notice how your body feels supported instead of suspended. You are not leaving your story behind, you are carrying it differently. Compassion allows you to hold both truth and tenderness at the same time. It does not deny what hurt you. It simply refuses to let that hurt define who you become. Forgiveness is the path that leads you from survival into a deeper sense of safety within yourself. You can be hurt and still choose love. Being wounded does not disqualify you from loving, it gives your love depth. As light glows through the cracks, feel how resilience forms in the very places you thought were broken. You do not need to close your heart to protect it. You need to let it glow. Forgiveness is not forgetting your boundaries. It is learning to trust your strength. Even after pain, your heart remembers how to open, and that is where true healing lives. Reconciliation starts inside, not in conversation. You do not need permission to heal. You do not need someone else to understand your growth for it to be real. Reconciliation begins the moment your heart decides to stop fighting itself. As you sit in stillness, feel how the light expands. This is the inner meeting place where compassion replaces judgment. Forgiveness is not a discussion. It is an internal agreement to choose peace over explanation. When this alignment happens inside, every relationship outside begins to shift naturally. Your heart knows how to heal. It only needs your permission. Your body has always carried the wisdom to recover. The only thing that blocks it is resistance. Watch as the door opens from within. No one else is required. Healing is not something you chase, it is something you allow. The moment you stop arguing with your own pain, transformation begins. Forgiveness is not an act of forgetting. It is the quiet agreement to trust that your heart understands how to move forward, even when your mind is still catching up. Forgiveness is freedom in its purest form. Freedom does not always look loud. Sometimes it looks like release. As the birds lift from your chest, feel the lightness in your breath. Forgiveness removes the invisible bars that keep your spirit contained. You were never meant to live guarded forever. This is not about what others deserve, it is about what you deserve. Space, air, movement, life. Every act of forgiveness expands your world a little more, until one day you realize how wide open your heart has become. Anger is a message, love is the response. Anger is not your enemy, it is information. It tells you where you were hurt, where a boundary was crossed, but it is not meant to stay. Watch as the intensity softens into warmth. This is the moment choice appears. Love does not erase anger, it listens to it and then transforms it. Forgiveness is how you answer the message without staying stuck in the emotion. It allows your nervous system to stand down and your heart to take the lead. You don't have to carry what hurt you. Pain becomes heavier the longer you hold it. It settles into your muscles, your breath, your sleep. But you are allowed to set it down. As the stone leaves your hands, feel the shift in your body. This is not avoidance. It is respect for your own well-being. Forgiveness does not erase memory, it removes the burden. You honor what you experienced by choosing not to let it define your posture, your energy, or the way you move forward in your life. Inner peace is not found, it is remembered. Before the hurt, before the stories, there was a version of you that felt safe in your own presence. Peace is not something you create from nothing, it is something you return to. As the image shifts, feel that familiarity awaken inside your chest. Forgiveness clears the noise that made you forget who you were before pain shaped you. The calm you seek is not outside. It has always lived inside you, waiting for your permission to come back into focus. Your heart was built to love, not to protect pain. Protection is useful, but when it never comes off, it becomes a prison. Watch the armor melt away and feel how your body softens underneath. You are not naive for wanting love. You are human. Forgiveness is not removing your boundaries. It is removing the walls that keep you isolated. Your heart does not need to be defended from life. It needs to be allowed to live it. This is where connection replaces defense and openness becomes strength. Forgiveness is the art of letting your soul breathe again. Notice how your breath changes when you stop holding tension. Forgiveness is not a mental decision, it is a physical release. As you inhale, feel the light reach places that have been tight for years. Your nervous system begins to settle, your thoughts slow down. This is what relief feels like. You are not losing anything by forgiving. You are gaining access to yourself again. Space returns to your body, and with it, a sense of ease you may have forgotten existed. Forgiveness is the art of letting your soul breathe again. Notice how your breath changes when you stop holding tension. Forgiveness is not a mental decision, it is a physical release. As you inhale, feel the light reach places that have been tight for years. Your nervous system begins to settle, your thoughts slow down. This is what relief feels like. You are not losing anything by forgiving. You are gaining access to yourself again. Space returns to your body, and with it, a sense of ease you may have forgotten existed. Compassion doesn't erase the past, it redeems it. Your story may include chapters you wish were different, but compassion allows meaning to rise from even the most painful moments. Watch as the page comes back together, brighter than before. Forgiveness does not rewrite what happened, it rewrites what it means. The wounds become wisdom, the losses become insight. Nothing is wasted when it is met with love. This is redemption, not perfection, but transformation. Your past no longer defines you, it refines you. Compassion doesn't erase the past, it redeems it. Your story may include chapters you wish were different, but compassion allows meaning to rise from even the most painful moments. Watch as the page comes back together, brighter than before. Forgiveness does not rewrite what happened, it rewrites what it means. The wounds become wisdom, the losses become insight. Nothing is wasted when it is met with love. This is redemption, not perfection, but transformation. Your past no longer defines you, it refines you. Your open heart is your greatest protection. True safety does not come from closing off. It comes from knowing you can meet life without losing yourself. As the shield forms from light, feel how softness and strength coexist. Forgiveness teaches your heart resilience. It does not make you fragile, it makes you flexible. You stop breaking when things get hard because you are no longer rigid. An open heart adapts, heals, and continues. This is protection that does not imprison you, but supports your growth. Forgiveness is the doorway to a life that finally feels light. Imagine how your life would feel if you were no longer dragging yesterday behind you. As you step through the doorway, sense the shift in your body. The air is different here, the weight is gone. Forgiveness is not about closing doors on people, it is about opening doors inside yourself. You are not abandoning your past, you are choosing not to live inside it anymore. This is where ease begins. This is where your life starts to feel like your own again. Comment "I choose forgiveness" and let today be your turning point. Right now, you are standing at a quiet crossroads. Nothing dramatic, just a simple choice. You can continue carrying the old weight, or you can begin to set it down. Forgiveness does not require perfection, it only asks for willingness. As the words rise, let them become your intention, not for others, but for yourself. Today is not about fixing everything, it is about starting. One breath, one release, one gentle decision to choose peace over pain.